I'd like to close with a few thoughts, a few words about Esri. This organization is about serving you, serving what you need and want, and it's also about advancing GIS and the geographic initiative, promoting, supporting the notion of geo-enlightenment on the planet. As an organization, we're strong and we're continuing to grow. We're dedicated to this notion that we want to integrate science and technology to make a better world. And through your work, we get pretty excited watching it and seeing it evolve. We've been investing heavily in your professional development with a number of initiatives to do lifelong learning. This includes meetings like this, just getting together and enjoying the wonderfulness of being together and learning. But also more specifically, more virtual classes, a number of initiatives, MOOCs, these big, massive online learning efforts, Esri Press now with several hundred books, certification, the GeoNet system, which is a social media environment to try to keep what's happening in this room going all year long. And this year, a couple of announcements. One is home use licensing will extend to the entire product, not just the desktop. And also we're integrating in trying to bring in a whole new generation of users with the Young Professionals Network. This is intended to bring into our family more young people. Similarly, we have a rich and vibrant partner ecosystem with several thousand formal business partners, some of them gigantic companies that we collaborate with in many ways. And then thousands of organizations who extend our product or work with our product to really support you, and they're all committed basically to your success, and you'll see many of them here this week. And then recently, in the last year, we've gotten very engaged with the whole community of startups, and there are now hundreds of these that are getting the notion of GIS. I would say getting the light, but that's too much. They're getting the notion of geography and its power and what maps really deliver in the new innovative startup community. Similar to that, we support about 5,000 NGOs with software and training and technical support. They engage with us like the Audubon Society and all of these listed here. We provide our software virtually with no cost to them, and they're lighting up the world. They're not only making a difference with the tools, but they're also enriching, my sense is they're enriching our fundamental community, all of you directly or indirectly, especially in conservation, understanding and protecting nature, but also in education, not only higher ed, but also throughout the entire school systems. We now have thousands and thousands of schools around the world who are bringing GIS into their core curriculum, getting kids at an early age, and you'll see some of them today. Their lights go on. They get geo-enlightenment right away. And where that's going to go, well, you'll see. Some of them are actually here. Roosevelt High School, are you here? Yeah. And lots of them. Anyway. Well, I want to close with a couple of messages. First, I want to thank you for being here. It's a great pleasure to be in your presence again. Also, just thank you for being who you are. I mean, it's a great pleasure to me to see you and just watch all of your work. Your work and your spirit is absolutely inspiring to me and my colleagues. So thank you for that. You might ask from time to time, at least I do, why are we doing all of this? Why are we working our butts off or working so hard? And where is this going to lead? What is it going to do? What is the outcome of all of our collective work? And, well, it's only 50 years since people started putting maps in the computer. And wow, look at what we've done. I mean, it's amazing, wouldn't you say? 50 years? It's only 50 years. For some of you, you think of that as a lifetime. For me, it's like a blink. It's been nothing, and it's really taking off. Where's this going to lead, and where will it mean? What will it actually all mean? That's really what I wanted to say. If we continue, or as we continue is a better way to say it, advancing and leveraging this GIS as we keep bringing in new generations of technology, my sense is we're going to achieve extraordinary things, actually. I think ultimately it will create a kind of nervous system for our planet as we connect to this. We leverage the web, we leverage all our measurements, we bring out all of this. It's going to be a kind of system that ultimately alters the evolution of our planet. It'll be a system of understanding, to use Richard Solwerman's term, a platform for better decision making, and ultimately I think it'll create a more sustainable future. Don't you agree? I think so. Well, is such a future possible? That's a fundamental question. It haunts me from time to time, particularly when I read the paper about the craziness that's going on the planet. But ultimately, I believe it is. I think my experience of my life, and also watching you, and also seeing the advances that are happening in technology, my sense is this is not only going to be possible, it's actually going to be inevitable. And so I want to express how deeply I feel about supporting you, and I want to thank you for that. My colleagues and I both appreciate the opportunity to serve you, and during the next couple of days we're going to be engaged in a lot of hard work, but also in the next months and the next years I really look to lots of progress in our field. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen.